Hey guys, welcome to Holistic Mojo. I'm Sahara Lee, and this is May's Mind Mojo. And actually, for Mind Mojo, we are going to work on getting out of our minds during decision making and into our bodies and into our hearts. So, how do we do that? This is a little practice that I started years ago that was introduced to me by my dear friend, Brenda McCall, who is an awesome healer and empowerment coach. Check her out, brendamccall.com. She's fabulous. But I was struggling so many ways in my life. Oh my God, I was struggling in so many ways. But God, we did this all across the world. We did this in Bali, we did this in Spain. But I was usually struggling with where to go next, where to live. Not much has changed. I'm still trying to figure out where to live. But this actually works. It really helped me get in touch with how I was feeling about places, get in touch with more of what I wanted. And I use this all the time and I love it. And you can do it by yourself. It's also really fun to do with a friend. But I'm by myself today. So I'm going to teach you the by myself version. And then you can do it with a friend if you like. What you're going to need is a pen, a floor, sticky pads, or just pieces of paper torn up. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. And another little piece of paper book, Hujima Watch It. So let's say you're trying to figure out, let's dream big here, okay? It's post-COVID. You've got a month of holiday and $50,000 to blow. Dream big, folks. Let's dream big. And you got to figure out where you want to go. So what can you do? So what I do is I take my sticky notes and I use the back of them to write on. So let's just do Iceland. And you want to write lightly or with a pencil so that it doesn't show through the paper, okay? So, you can't see that it says Iceland on the back of this. So Iceland, Bali, and where's somewhere I haven't been? Costa Rica. Yeah. Okay, and I wrote Bali on the wrong side, so I need to do it again. On the back side, on the sticky side. And like I said, you can just do this with regular pieces of paper. So these are just 3 different things. And I have kind of they're all here with the things on the back side, and I move them around so I don't know which is which, right? Okay, I'm gonna turn this down so you can see what I do now. Okay. So I don't know what's on any of these papers because it's all written on the back. I've swished them around so I don't know which is which. And then I'm just going to place them on the floor. This is why I like the stickies, because they stick. Okay, and then if you want, especially if you have more than 3, which often I had like 20, God bless Brenda's soul for dealing with me. So I just go through and number them. And then I have my pen, my papers, and I stand on them. So I'll stand on number 2 first. And I want to connect into my heart. Take a couple deep breaths, really get centered. And then I just send my awareness down into the sticky note under my feet. And I ask myself, what feelings come from this? And this is kind of one of those exercises of getting out of your own way. You just verbally diarrhea what's coming to you. So I'm feeling soft, warm, feeling emotional, but in a release kind of way. Kind of like the vision I'm seeing is a shore, the waves kind of pulling that emotion away. Feel sleep. So kind of that like relaxed feeling. And I feel good, I feel like I'm well fed, if that makes sense. Like my stomach feels happy. Okay. So I step off of that. I wrote all that down on a piece of paper with the number 2, because that's what I was standing on. Kind of shake myself off to get clear off all of whatever's under number 2. And I come over here. This is number 1. So I mark that on my paper. I connect to my heart. Take a couple deep breaths in. Already this feels completely different in my body. Good. And then I send my awareness down into my feet. And I feel adventure. I feel love. I feel, what was that? It started with an R. Refreshed. I feel song, singing. So again, none of this is going to make any freaking sense sometimes. It's just things that come to you, and it's again teaching you to trust your intuition. Because it's amazing how like on point this shit can be. I feel, how do I describe this? It's like energy behind me, space behind me. It's like a movement forward. Let's say that, forward movement. Cool, okay. So I step off of that, I shake everything off. Do not dance, make love, make decisions tonight. Do, do, do. Okay, I come over here to 3. Mark my little 3 on the paper. Connect to my heart. Take a couple deep breaths. I send my awareness down into the floor or into the paper. And I see what I feel. So flat comes up. Inert. Like in a neutral, there's this neutral sense. So not inert in a bad way, but inert in like a calm sense. I mean, I'll be honest. The other ones had a lot of depth of emotion and sensation in my body, and this is really flat. It's almost colorless. And acute, meaning like, it really feels like I'm standing on this tiny Post-it and it's like my only space and I wobble around it. Okay, so what does all that mean? So I'm just gonna pick these up. I'm not gonna look at them yet because I don't wanna color my opinions on things. Okay, and I come back and I look at my list, okay? So number 1 was adventure, love, refreshing, song, singing, moving forward. Number 2, soft, warm, emotional release, sleep, relaxed, good, happy tummy. 3 was kind of flat, inert, neutral, colorless, acute, like pinpointed. So now these might mean all sorts of different things to everybody, but these are the messages that you're giving yourself. So I can sit here and go, well, what do I want? Because I might want all of these things at a different time, honestly. You know, do I want adventure? Do I want more of relaxation? Do I want more of like neutrality? What do I want? And then I get to kind of feel into that and make my decision from there. So without looking at the cards, I can say, okay, I want number 2. I want that soft, warm, emotional release. So then I go to my things and look at number 2. And number 2 was Bali, which is great because that's where I'm going in a couple weeks. Or actually when you get this video, that's where I'll be. But then just for fun, number one was Costa Rica. That was adventure, love, refreshed, song, singing, forward, moving. Now, if you had asked me from the list that I got, what each of these was with intuitively, I would have had those switched. I would have thought that Costa Rica, especially because I was feeling a lot of beach vibes, I would have felt that Costa Rica was number 2, but it was number 1. And a lot of the stuff I was feeling, so yeah, this is really fun. And it helps you make decisions from your heart instead. Number 3, I definitely felt was Iceland. So I was on point with that because it was like this flat, neutral, gray space that it felt moon-like. And that is, I've never been, but that is what I would imagine Iceland to feel like. So there you have it. That is a fun way to get out of your head and more in your body and more connected to your desires in life and to your heart and what's going to be in alignment with you. So that is your Mind Mojo for May. And I hope you're having a wonderful time wherever you are in the world. And I will see you very soon. Bye.